you were talking about mature audience as well as beginner audience. So it gives me a
Yeah.
very interesting question. So your experience with students and professionals over different programs, not just cohorts, like how do
Yeah.
you actually differ in the way of structuring these programs? How like the way of approaching them and everything, how do you actually make them different?
So for, one is the larger set, which is all developers, right? Because even in and this actually I have recently in my current role, I have realized that like even the experienced developers who are ready to start, hit refresh, and they're ready to
Right.
learn a new technology from scratch, they can be compared to someone who is in final year, pre-final year student, right? Something compared in the sense in for that particular technology in that particular moment, right? They are
Right.
at the same
Right.
level. So in most cases it depends on what is what you're trying to do, what is the goal which those developers are trying to achieve. It's a small goal. If it's a small goal, for example, in art systems we have this goal to let developers know about what is art systems, what is low code, and then helping them
Mm-hmm.
develop their first app. So
Right.
if they, and then that journey of developing the first app, they need to learn
Mm-hmm.
something, and that they
Right.
learn in the cohort. So that is open for everyone. That is that is one distinction which I wanted to make. And then
Mm-hmm.
when we go dive deep into that, then if you have a student only audience, right, you
Right.
might want to change your strategy a bit. And if you have a developer only audience, you might to change, like, so there
Mm-hmm.
are there are three things. One is for everyone, one is for students only, one is for developers only. Students only, what I have
Right.
noticed so far, that the what the attention span is even less, right? So I think it
Right.
should be, yeah, it should be more, even more tiny consumable content,
Right.
consumable pieces, which and small wins, absolutely you need to have ton of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which get added to something. So I'm a strong advocate of, as I mentioned, like sequential learning. So what one another point of that was, if someone in the first session of a cohort, they have developed an app, the same app
Right.
they are developing little by little, and they're adding in
Mm-hmm.
feature with each session there, and then towards the end their app is something totally different, or
Mm-hmm.
much more advanced, much more feature rich compared to the
Mm-hmm.
app which they started in the first, something like that, right? So students really like those kind of experiences. And yeah, compared to that, to developers, I think
Mm-hmm.
uh, having diverse use cases is
Mm-hmm.
the key, because they're already developers, they have been in the industry for a while, so they would prefer to have an opportunity to, for example, build an e-commerce application, and
Right.
or a admin dashboard, or something like the different use cases, or maybe industry
Mm-hmm.
specific use cases, which they might be able to apply in whatever project or whatever thing they will do, like that. So I think diversity in use cases or kind of learning is important for professional developers, because they
Mm-hmm.
are you know much more likely to implement those skills right after they complete the cohort
Right.
compared to students. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.